tech tips and tutorials to increase your online presence, websites, social media, online donations, applications, databases, and more. This is OrgSpring.
Hey, this is Craig, and in this video we're going to show you how to upload photos to your Google Plus account, either photos or photo albums. And Google makes this really easy to use. They used to have a service called Picasso, which they still have, although it's really wrapped into Google Plus's social media offering. So just like you would upload a photo or a photo album into your photos in Facebook, you can do the same thing in Google+. In fact, Google Plus gives you 15 gigabytes of free space to upload photos into your Google Plus account, which then can be shared with anyone via the web, whether it's on Google or outside of Google. You also have very granular control over how those photos can be used and with whom they can be shared. For example, you can make certain photos private to certain people and public to other people, and you could make certain photos completely restricted, whereby they could only be seen by yourself or people you designate. Also, Google, because it is tied in with its own social network, can be accessed via phones and mobile devices like tablets. And when you're taking pictures on those devices, you could set it up so that your pictures are automatically shared or added to your social media account on Google and put directly into albums that you name. So we're going to show you how to do that right now. Of course, all this requires two things. One, you need a Google account already. If you have a Gmail account, you already have a Google account. If you have Google Apps, you already have a Google account. So you'll be using and signing in with your Google account. You can see here on the screen we're signed in with our general test account that we use. And yes, we do look like Teddy Roosevelt, which is where you can see our image here. So you'll see we're just in Gmail. And the way we start sharing, there's several ways you can get to it, but the easiest way to do it is to go to your Google Plus page. And if you haven't already signed up for Google Plus, you'll see a plus U or your name here. You would click on that and it would guide you through the process of setting up a Google Plus account or page. We're not going to do that in this video. We actually have a separate video on our YouTube page that shows you exactly how to do that, both for yourself and for your organization. But clicking on that plus along with your name brings you to your Google Plus page, and this looks like a standard social media account where you could see some posts and some popular things going on with your network. Over here on the right, if you just hover over this word where it says Home, you'll see a drop down and other options will appear. And you'll see here Photos. So we're going to click on Photos, and that takes us to a place. Now we haven't added any photos yet, so it's going to walk you through this, and it'll do the same if you haven't added photos to yours. You can take a quick tutorial and run through this, and it'll tell you what to do inside of your photos. But the main thing we want to do here is upload photos, very simply. Now it's super easy to upload photos to your Google account. You have two ways to do this. Once you click upload, you can either drag and drop photos directly there, or you can click to open a file browser and that'll open up your window. So for example, we have one there. We will just click open. And you'll see it loads this photo of Teddy Roosevelt right there. Now once your photo loads, you'll also have the ability to write a caption here. And you can put that there, and then you can, if you want to place this inside of an album, you can come up here and name this album. If you had multiple pictures, for example, you can then come here and add more images. So let's do that. Now it's asking us, it's recognizing that this is an image of somebody with a face. So it's asking us if we want to tag this, meaning tag this person. So we could click on this and tag this, and that's a way we could search later. If you have images of certain people like your family or your friends, you can actually tag them and search based on just images of those people. So we're going to turn this off for now, and then we're going to skip the tagging. We don't want to worry about that. And it's asking us right now if we would like to share this album called Political Images, which we're not going to do that just now. We're going to cancel that. So if we look at our photos here, you'll see there's two of them. One is actually our profile photo and one is one that we just added. But if we look at our albums, you'll see here the album we just created. Now our profile photo, which you see here, is public. You'll see this web symbol there. That's telling you that that's public to the web. And it is public to the web because we use it as our profile photo. This political image album, which has just one photo in it, is locked. That's because we haven't shared it yet. So if we click on this album, it will bring us to this album. It says political images. And we can do different things here. We can add photos, for example. And again, it brings us back to the add, and we have different options. We can upload from the computer. We could look at the rest of our photos or albums, or we could even access Google Drive. For now, we're just going to click to File, go to a file browser here, and we're just going to add a simple image here called Megaphone Lady. And we'll write another caption. You don't have to caption any of these, but we will. And we will add that photo. And you'll see here it's in political images. And it's asking us again if we want to share this image. We're just going to click cancel. We don't want to share that just yet. So now we have two images inside of this album called Political Images. And what you can do, you have different options of what you can do here. For example, you could share these by clicking the share button. You could tag these people again if you wanted to. You could organize them, and that's going to take us to a different view where you can move them around, change the order, that kind of thing. You also have the ability to change the order here by name, by the date taken. We'll leave that there. You can also change the size that these images appear to you, big or small, depending on how many images you have. Click Done. Of course, you could add more photos. You could click this drop down. It'll give you even more options in terms of downloading the entire album, which is nice. You could add this to a particular event if you're holding events, or you could trash the entire album. We're going to click on Share Options. Now this is going to share, and you'll notice here, I'm going to cancel this real quick. This is telling us the name of the album, and you could click there and edit that album name. It's telling us that right now it's not shared. It was added on the 4th of July. That's today. Yes, we are working. And it's showing you all photos. You could also filter that. So if we wanted to share this, we could simply click Share, the album, and it's going to show us these two photos. And we can add a comment, and that's going to put it inside of our Google+. So I'm just going to quickly share this here. This is our political image folder. Hope you like it. And again, you have another chance to organize this. You could change these around. You could even add more photos. And then down here in this box, you have the ability to add who this is going to. And you could add names. You could add full Google Plus circles, like your network. These are called friends or fans or followers and other social networks. Or you could just simply type an email address, and this person will get an email to view this. So we're just going to type. We'll type that in. And then we'll also make it public so that everybody can see. And then we'll simply click Share. And then it says your album has been shared, and we can view that post. Now, anyone viewing our page could see our album. For example, our album is right here. So they would be able to just see this in a post, just like they would on Facebook or other social networks. On the Google network, they could come here and click that, and they'll be able to see the image. In a slideshow, they could post through, and they could also post comments here. And then anyone looking at this can continue to share it in their own circles, or they could add to it or download these photos. So there's a lot of different things that they could do with it themselves. Now, we'll close out of this. We'll go back into the photos, go back into the political images. You can also share this. And you'll notice here, below the photos, it tells us that it was shared publicly. You can also click Sharing Options, and this gives us, again, other options that we can do. You'll see here, this is sharing it via a link. So if we wanted to, we can just click that link. And if we wanted to, we could just pop that into an email. So if you didn't want to share your album on a public post, like on your public Google wall, you could just put this into an email to somebody. Put that link right there and click Send. And then we will go to that album. I'm loading up my other email here so you can see this. You'll see we got an email from the tester, and it just comes in as a link. You click on that link, and it goes straight to the album. So that's how you share or add photos in Google+. Hope you enjoyed this video.